This is Klay Thompson sitting on the bench in an almost empty arena long after the game ended. He would sit like this with the towel on his head for an entire 30 minutes as Steph Curry, Draymond Green and Steve Kerr would later come to talk to him. After a while, a small group of fans that were still in the arena showed support by chanting his name, which brought a smile from Klay. It's been 2.5 years since the last time Thompson played an NBA game, and this long rehab process took a toll on him, and you can clearly see that in some of the latest interviews or videos from Klay. This is not the same old Klay Thompson. Let me show you and explain everything. What up everybody, my name is Stefan and this is Heat Check. Let's get into it. Before we dive into some of his recent situations, let me just remind you that the last time he stepped on the court, Anthony Davis was still on the Pelicans and Westbrook was still in OKC. Since then, he played for the Rockets, the Wizards, and is now of course with the Lakers. That's how long Klay has been out. You remember this, getting out on the court and literally trying to play through a torn ACL. Check out the intensity, and check out my intensity when playing Raid Shadow Legends, the sponsor of this video. I could never experience the NBA high-level competition, but boy, this game gets me close to it. And with the newest addition to Raid's lineup of over 600 characters, the Dwarfs, for me it's like MJ coming back from retirement, hungry for new challenges. These guys look really cool. The faction has a lot of variety and design detail. There are evil-looking ones, nobles, barmaids, sorcerers. It feels like a whole society. Here's a couple of my favorites. Use my links below to download Raid to your mobile phone or PC and experience this for yourself. What I like about it is the fact that you continuously upgrade your champions with new skills and gear, thus making them better. You know, sort of like an NBA player upgrading his bag. And there's a ton happening in Raid this month. Special events every day, a bunch of new champions, and the brand new huge feature Guardian Ring that gives you a lot of new ways to use your champions. At the start of December, Raid's releasing one of its biggest, most anticipated features ever. Take a look at this. If you want to get a huge start in Raid, all you have to do is hit the link in the description or scan my QR code and you'll get an epic hero, 200k silver, 1 experience point boost, 1 energy refill and more. That's a lot of goodies. All these treasures will be waiting for you here. Thanks Raid. Back to the video. If it looks odd to you that Thompson is having these down moments now at the end of the recovery road, Draymond Green said in his press conference that his teammate has been having days like this from time to time throughout the entire process, and he did a great job of explaining why that was the case.
You know, he had these days from time to time, and I understand it as far as I can understand without going through it. And you see this, you want to be, he's a part of it, so don't get me wrong, but you want to impact the game. You want to have your presence out there, make your presence felt. And after almost 3 full calendar years off the floor, it's tough. You know, he tends to have these days from time to time, and I mean, who am I to judge or even try to figure it out? I can just show my love, show my support. He's right there. He's almost there, but if you talk to someone in prison, a lot of guys say the toughest days are the ones when you know you're getting ready to come home. So
sadness, but also anger has been another emotion that he's shown publicly, and that was the case after the top 75 players were revealed and he wasn't on the list. See what he's saying, but more importantly, the tone with which he talks.
Draymond talked the other day about what's driving him, and you know, part of it is the haters and the doubters and stuff. Is that part of your deal too?
Yeah, no question. No question. I wanted to be on that top. I wanted some recognition. I didn't get it, and that's fine. No, you get recognition, you go win. So I just want to go win again. I want to win a 4th ring, and not being able to compete again, I just feel like, I mean, for the last 2 years, I feel like I have a lot of pent-up energy to go out there and prove, not to anybody else, to myself, I'm still one of the best. So I just really want to win a championship again. I want to just, that's it.
You can literally feel all of the anger and frustration in his voice. The most interesting thing to me here is this. Remember that jersey with the number 77 that Steph Curry made for him as a joke, symbolizing that he's the 77th best NBA player? Well, Thompson was a good sport and wore the jersey and they all had a laugh about it. But the thing is, he is still rocking that same jersey in practice as a motivation and a constant reminder that he was left out. He wants to keep that in his mind and fuel him as he works his way back. And on the workout videos or in pictures, you may have noticed that he has this colored ball with him all the time. During these tough 2+ years, Thompson tried to find something to keep his spirit up. He got a bit of help through some superstition.
All right, that ball in your hand, there's something special about it. What is it?
Yes. This ball was given to me by a few Globetrotters players back in 2018-2019 season. And she's been with me my whole rehab for 2 years, so it's got a lot of magic powers in it.
You have the ball. You said you've been wearing your headband as well for your whole rehab.
At least this year, yeah.
Are you turning superstitious?
A little bit. You know, I watch a lot of baseball, and I picked that up from baseball. Very superstitious sport.
Yeah.
A little bit. I like to do things that feel good. And
yeah.
last time I wore this headband, I was able to break a record. So hopefully I can carry that same momentum into this season.
Again, his tone is so telling that you almost feel like you've been with him throughout the entire rehab process. But speaking of that, we're now just weeks away from seeing Klay back on the court again, and to add him in the mix to an already blazing hot Golden State team both offensively and defensively, Thompson repeatedly voiced his confidence and expectations for a championship. He straight up said it's championship or bust for the team, and I'm not sure he's wrong, honestly.
We are now a type of team where it's championship or bust, and that's a really cool position to be in.
Klay, following up on that, you mentioned it was championship or bust. You know what it takes to win a title. With you coming back and with James coming back, do you feel like this team has the ingredients to win a title this year?
Oh yeah, it's 15-2. That's a great indicator of, and our defense, I think is top 3 in the league as well as our offense. And I'm not even out there yet. Think about that. Really think about that. I'm more motivated than ever as well, and I want a championship so bad, more than anything.
Getting back on a team where he won't even need to do too much right away, I think it's the perfect situation for him, and he can slowly get into a nice rhythm game by game. While it may take some time for Thompson to get fully back and doing what we know he can do in a basketball game, I won't be too surprised if we see a big game from him early on. We are talking about the second best shooter in NBA history and a guy who can put up 37 points in a quarter and score 60 without even dribbling the ball. And with all the added motivation that he comes back with, eager to win another championship, the league could be in trouble. This injury definitely had an impact on Klay and changed him a little, but it may have just made him even scarier for the opposition. As someone who's experienced not being able to do sports for some time, I fully sympathize with Klay and cannot wait to see him back on the court again. Let me know in the comments, how long do you think it takes him to get back to hitting 5 threes a game? I give him about a week. That's it for now. Subscribe and talk to you in the next one. Peace out. Oh! Come on now. You know I had to hit this one for Klay. Peace.